Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at adding mud flaps to my 2024 Ford Ranger Raptor. Now that was an accessory that I had thought about including with my build, but I also didn't want to add extra parts because I wasn't sure if that was going to prolong how long it was going to take me to get my truck. Had to wait, just under a year to actually take delivery of it. And so what I got here, took a little bit of digging to what I think are the right parts here, are the front and rear mud flaps for the vehicle. They were listed on the Ford accessory website as Redback, which I believe was the code name under development for the truck. Now maybe down the road they'll change that and actually call it Raptor on the accessory website if you buy these, not immediately in summer of 2024 or spring of 2024. So if we look at the part numbers, you can see right here, the one on top here, I believe, is going to be the rear, and the one on the bottom is going to be the front. Yes, it did ship in these plastic bags from Ford. I'm just covering up my address on that with the piece of cardboard. But I was a little surprised they didn't come actually boxed to protect them. But on the other hand, maybe that shows the durability because mud flaps are meant to take a little bit of a beating. I was also looking to see if there would be any third-party solutions come out for these, but so far, as of late May 2024, I've not been able to positively confirm the fitment of any third-party mud flaps. So that's why I went with the OEM Ford mud flaps. And now we're going to open these up and unbox, unbag, if you will, these mud flaps. So these do actually say RH, and I guess the other side here says LH. There we go, right there, LH and RH to identify which side they go on. They come with a whole bag of clips. Also in the bag, we've got installation instructions with a QR code. So as far as I understand, this is going to be as simple as simply removing the clips that are in the fender well and clipping in these mud flaps. And it gives you all the clips that you're going to need. And so now we're going to do the same on the other side. I believe those are the front, and this over here should be the rear. We've got another set of clips. Toss that to the side. And then now these rear guards actually say Ford Performance. There was no clear indication on the website that it was going to say that. So that's kind of fun to see. This is another place where it has the performance. Open up the little kit here. Here is a sheet here with a QR code. Hopefully that gives something interesting. I don't know where that's going to go here, but again, same process. We're just going to use a little panel remover tool, pop out some clips, and then pop these right in. So now we're going to go over the truck, and I'm going to demonstrate installing a front and a rear. Obviously, it's going to be the same on the opposite side. The only tool you're going to need to install these mud flaps is going to be some form of a clip removal tool. This is just a snap-on one that I've got. I don't know even know what the part number is on this, ASGD18. You probably also do this with a flathead screwdriver or some of the plastic trim tools as we pop out the plastic parts. I suspect if your truck is in good enough shape, you might be able to save some of the old clips and reuse them and be able to keep some of the ones that came with this kit for spares. You also might have already lost one or two of the plastic clips already. And so if you can reuse some of those, keep those around, I think it's probably in your long-term best interest to be able to try to save as many of the clips as you can and don't just flippantly throw them away as you go through this process, because I have no idea how much Ford would want to charge for just one or two of these clips, but if you got them, you might as well hang on to them, throw them in the corner of your garage or something, and pull them back out later, put them in your glove box. I mean, we do have 2 glove boxes in our Raptors, so plenty of space for a few extra these little parts here for quick repairs, especially ones like these that are just pressed to fit. Now let's go get started installing these mud flaps. So now to get started, we're in the rear. If you look on the behind the rear wheel, you'll see there are a series of clips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an open hole back here that's number 9. We're going to have to remove these 8 clips and then use at least one out of the bag on this open hole. Now maybe there was something there originally and it fell out or maybe Ford just never installed it. I honestly don't know if that's a Ford thing or it just came out or something happened. But in any case, we're going to be removing these 8 clips. I'm going to try to get behind this and separate it. You can see with the tool here how I try to get in between the parts of the clip here to make it easier to reuse. I can't guarantee I'm going to make all of these reusable, but I'm going to try my best. So I've got some extra spare parts available. All right, missed one right there. And so 2, 4, 6, 8. One back there makes 9. If we look at the mud flap here, we're going to go ahead and just lay this right up into place here. And we'll be able to line up these holes right onto the fender. Now with these clips here, I'm going to press the little hole or the top of it out. Start at the top, snap it in just like that. Then work my way down the mud flap. There we go, nice positive snap. It's really nice. There's no drilling involved with the installation here. It's just a matter of snapping these little plastic rivets in place. Some of the ones back here, I'm going to use the tool to help to line up. Snap it in. Now there's still one more back there I'm going to have to get. Maybe the factory missed it. Maybe it wasn't there. So I'm going to go ahead and open up one of the bags. I don't remember if this is a front bag or a rear bag. I'll just go ahead and put that back there. Pop it in. There we go. There's our rear mud flap installed. And now we're going to go to the front and install the front mud flap. So now up in front, you can see we got a series of these similar plastic rivets. It does not appear that any are missing from what I'm going to reuse here. We're going to start by just simply doing the same thing, popping them out. I'm going to try to be slow and patient here. Try to make sure I can reuse these like I was doing before. Obviously, you can see I've got a fair bit of mud and other things here because, well, this is a truck that's not meant to be driven just around town, but meant to be taken off-road and gotten dirty. Double check all of those. And then now we'll take the mud flap, lay it into place here. All the holes should line up, and we're going to start with the clips one at a time. I'm going to start at the top. Nice, solid pop. And we'll just keep working our way down. Now I've got one left all the way back. There we go. And out of the 2 mud flaps for the front and the rear, I only had to be able to actually replace one with a new fastener out of the bag. That's pretty good. So now after installing all 4 mud flaps, I mean, that was really quick, as you saw, that just one simple tool, all done by hand. I only had to actually use 2 new of these fasteners. I'm going to store the rest of them away. And so all in all, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed. Let's take a look at how these look on the truck. So now looking at the truck in the front, these mud flaps here blend in well with those fender covers, cowlings, whatever you want to call them. As in, obviously they snapped right over. It's a slightly different color. They're a little bit of a rougher plastic than what the cowling is. Still black wheels, black tires, looking good. Pulling back to the rear. Again, we got the same color here. We got the black with the black cowling, slightly different colors. Would have been nice if, I don't know how well this is coming through on camera, the black here on the mud flap and the black here have been a little bit closer together to make a little bit of a more clean match. Ford Performance. I don't know if you can make that out here with the shadows on camera there. But overall, I think it looks really good. I'm happy with it. And they obviously fit, and the install was a piece of cake. And so overall, they're mud flaps. I don't know what else to say. And in some states, you need mud flaps on the back of your truck. And some folks and some officers of the law may be somewhat concerned. They look at your truck and they may think it's lifted, because some states have requirements that lifted trucks have to have mud flaps. I just want to make sure that nobody gives me any extra reason to, hey, look at this and go, hey, why does that not have mud flaps? It does now. So, questions or comments, put down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day. Bye.